What's up, Coach? Man, boy, you know I got eternal love for you, Coach. Man, boy, you already know, man. You got to come on down here and get your little vacation in, man. Bro, you got to stand an invitation, bro. Stand it. Man, come on, man. You know, between me and T, you don't need no invitation down here. 40 years, man. Shit, yeah, dude. Hell, it's been 30 since I played for you. Vince Bell, originally from Chicago, Illinois. Lindblom graduate 1990. I played for Coach Mayden summer of 1990. That experience was tremendous. Being as though that I met him during the All-City game, and he didn't know me from a can of paint other than the stats on the paper and other things like that. So when we got to meet for the first time, go through a couple workouts, he got to see what I was able to do, and then I finally got in the game, and I think I got his attention when I made a diving catch out in center field when my guy, Bashawn Hawkins, was on the mound. And the crowd kind of got excited, and I think that's when I got his attention. He knew I could run a little bit. And from there, our communication started. The experience was tremendous because I got to play with a bunch of guys that I had only known about through either competing against through the years from Little League all the way up through high school. But playing under a different coach with a completely, what I called, adult philosophy. He treated us like a grown man, but yet he was still like our father, so it was a little different. So he gave us enough room to do what we do, but Coach gave us the opportunity to do what we needed to do. But then when we needed that guidance, he could put your hands on you and say, no, son, you got to keep your head down one more second before you pick up that ground ball. So it was just good. It was just good. A man of very few words, but those few words meant a lot to me when he had to say it to me. Oh, our team was phenomenal. I think that had our team been together for one more year in that Legion ball season, I think our team would have won the whole thing. I think we really had a super talented team. We had pitching. We had a ton of speed, a lot of versatility. Even myself, that was a shortstop, second baseman that could also play center field. You know, with Will, that could also jump from short to second. We complimented one another, and I think Coach Mayden understood that his team had versatility. And I think that between all of that talent, he knew how to manage it, even how to go get a pitcher one pitch before he ran out of gas. So, and it was great for me being the newcomer to a team that grew up together. He encouraged them to embrace me once they figured out that I could play a little bit. And it was all love, and it's been family ever since. Oh my God, man, we played all across, of course, the city. Any team that would play us during that particular summer, we traveled outside into the suburban areas. But our most memorable trip was the trip to West Virginia. That tournament, we went down into West Virginia. That was an amazing trip. Believe also, if I'm not mistaken, we went to Georgia. All on the school bus, man. All on the cheese bus. We got on that bus and went all over that country. And but that West Virginia trip was amazing, and the Georgia trip was also amazing. So I think we had a tremendous time. We played against some outstanding ball clubs, but we always represented well. And Coach kept us in line. You know, when we was out of town, even when we managed to have a missing player on the way home. You know, that's when we got to see him as a father to us, and how he was really hurt that, you know, one of his guys was not there. It was just, you know, I got to see the human side of him, not only just as a baseball coach, but that he really cared about us as individuals. The camaraderie among the players was always, you know, family oriented, where we could take jabs at one another. Nobody took anything personal. Even that, you know, we could take a jab at Coach, and he had a great sense of humor where he could take it, but he could also dish it back to you, so you better be ready. But that also helped create our cohesiveness as a ball club. It kept us very relaxed. Even in the few occasions when we were losing throughout the city, it gave us the comfortability to be able to feel like we could come back at any time, because that cohesiveness created trust among the ball players. And I think a lot of that, everything starts from the top. Everything starts from the top, and he created that atmosphere. I think it was, I don't know if I can pinpoint one, but I know it was always just how open and willingness Coach Mayden was as far as receiving a joke and how he could take it. And man, I just don't think I played for a coach that was that room, but also able to receive a joke as well as give it back. And I think that that was just the entire summer. I mean, I remember just nothing but joking and laughter, including the coach from the time I joined the squad all the way until I went to Jackson State. Coach Mayden was definitely law and order, but that's what I mean when I say there was always, he could be the adult in the room. So when you crossed him, when you did something that you weren't supposed to do, he knew how to administer the appropriate punishment, whether it be a physical punishment, whether he sit you on the bench, or whether he run you around the park till your shoes fell apart. You know, so definitely he knew how to separate himself when it came down to being the adult in the room when we were getting a little too out of hand. And that was the father figure when he decided to bring it out. The funniest moment I remember is I had a pair of, again, coming from Lindblom, my colors were maroon and gold. We had been issued cleats, and I had a pair of Mizuno spikes, and I mean, they were beat up when I got them, and I wore those things until they absolutely were worn out to the point where I had tape on them on the side. So when I finally showed up to a game one day and I had a pair of brand new spikes, Coach looked at my shoes and was like, "Bill, what are you doing?" I'm like, "What's up, Coach? We ready to go?" He said, "Where's our other shoes?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? They tore up. They came out. My foot came out the side." He said, "Man, that made you look like a rugged ball player. Now I think you're going to come out here and be a pretty boy." And the whole team just started going in on me for like another 10 minutes because I had these brand new pearly white spikes after having these little dingy, ripped up leather red cleats. That's definitely another memorable moment. First of all, to have a man coach a bunch of youngsters across the city of Chicago on the south side for 40 years is a tremendous accomplishment. That shows that this man cared, because you cannot just be out there throwing the balls around and calling plays. You have to actually care about the players themselves, and you care about the game. He had a level of a game that nobody could ever question. Nobody could ever question. And he had a knowledge of the game that nobody could ever question. So I think that's what allowed him to be around the game for 40 years. Obviously, to be in a coaching capacity, to be in the game, you have to have a knowledge of it. And I think his inside knowledge of the game was unparalleled. But I think that the knowledge came secondary to his love of the game. You got to love something to do it for 40 years and to do it with passion. And I think that's what we've all been blessed to be a part of in Coach Mayden's 40-year career. Sure. I just want to say in closing that I want Coach Mayden to understand that I appreciate the opportunity to come over there and play for him. We made those 4 months tremendous, and it made a lasting memory in my life. It created friendships that have lasted since 1990 and throughout college and beyond. Now we're as adults and parents. Those friendships have lasted, and every time those of us get together, the first name that comes out of our mouth is about Coach Mayden. So I just want to let him know that I appreciate him recognizing my talent at that time, even though I wasn't. He gave me an opportunity to come in there and perform, and man, I love him and I appreciate him, and I hope that whatever he does for the remainder of his next 40 years, that he does it with the same passion and knowledge and love that he did with the first 4 years of baseball. But because this was tremendous, man. When I saw that start popping up, man, I was like, oh my God, has it been that long? And I thought, damn, well, I've been out of school 30 years. And, man, me and T was down here. Matter of fact, we was out together when we first saw the first post. And it was like, what in the world is going on down here, man? But, yeah, dude, he started telling stories. It's just like I said, it's nothing but all good memories every time we going back to those South Shore days over there, man. And, but you got to stand an invitation down here with us, man. All we need is a couple of days in advance so we can get the grill ready, because, you know, we stay grill ready. You know, like I said, just glad to be on the team still 30 years later.